so kind to pass on this transcendental science coming from the disciplic succession, coming from Lord Krishna. Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramam Seti Namini Vajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Namaste. Okay. So this will be the continuation of what we have discussed. Last week the discussion was about, and the answer is searching and listening from someone who is a seer of truth, the bona fide spiritual master, who is the representative of Krishna. So now, this topic we will discuss today, it is about the reality of this world. It is about you and this temporary world, how we deal with it, and how actually we can come to the point of realizing and understanding what is real, what is eternal, and what will connect us with real happiness. So I'll read one verse in Bhagavad Gita. It is Krishna speaking to Arjuna. Those who are seers of truth have concluded that of the non-existent there is no endurance, and of the existent there is no cessation. These seers have concluded by studying the nature of both. When you come to the educational institution, universities, one subject that you heard of is science. So there's a law of the conservation of energy. The conservation of energy means there's a certain amount of energy in this world, and that energy is being transformed into different forms. There's two energies, light and matter. So when we speak of matter, the form that we see is not eternal. It continually changes. Because the body that we have is made out of cells. And cells is made out of molecules, atoms, and it is continually changing through metabolism. So what form you see now? The molecules or the atom that makes up that form, as it goes along, it will be transformed again and formed into another form. The reason I wanted to discuss this to you, see our status, realize, experience the understanding of this absolute truth, that I am a different energy from matter, life, and matter is a distinct energy. And the person, me, I am covered by this matter. So, last time, there was this discussion. The discussion was about what is life-threatening. So what is life-threatening? From the material point of view, life-threatening means it will cut for them, from their point of view, their existence. When Hillary Clinton felt that there's something wrong in her body, you know Hillary Clinton, the wife of the former president of the United States, she became the Secretary of State, and she had a problem that in her brain there's blood clot, and it threatening her existence in this body. if it will not be addressed and cured, she will pass away. But their idea of life-threatening is her existence in this body. And when a person thinks that I'm this body, life-threatening means the end of this body, the end of me. But it's contrary to the absolute truth. Because you can never threaten life. Your existence in this body can be threatened by many factors that will stop you, that will actually separate you from this body. One, death, and connected with death is, or factors like disease, old age, and activities that will actually hurt you and destroy your body. So, when we come to this world in ignorance, we try to survive. And in ignorance, what happens is that we are so fearful because we're thinking at the end of this body, or when my body is gone, when I die, that's the end of me. But in this description of Lord Krishna to Arjuna, he is actually showing us that those who are seers of truth concluded of the non-existent, there is no endurance. Meaning, the form you see in this world is are all temporary. Even the eyes that you are actually looking through the eye, it will be temporary. And he is saying that for the person, you will eternally exist. In our daily life, like we encounter somebody who have died or have left the body. If you have a friend or someone you know that this person sick and then she died, and then when you go to the funeral parlor, you know that the person whom you're relating to is gone, but the body is there. Your best friend is gone, and you know somebody left the body. So that is the person. It's obvious that when somebody dies, that person leaves the body. So Krishna again states another teaching that will reinforce, so we cannot reinforce our understanding, not belief, but an understanding and a conclusion that is very profound, very clear and absolute. Know that which pervades the entire body is indestructible. No one is able to destroy the imperishable soul. So the living entity, you cannot threaten life because life is eternal. But your existence in this body can be threatened when you get killed or some virus destroys your body and you're not able to live in this body anymore because your body is breaking down. So we should also understand clearly that there's two energy, matter and light. We, the light, we're eternal. And the forms that we see here in this world is actually temporary, although eternal, although the energy that is here is eternal, but the forms that we see through our senses, matter, is continually changing. So, the conclusion is this. Why will we put so much investment, time, and effort trying to cling on something that will break down, that we cannot actually cling on and hold on? That is the body. And not only that, we try to find happiness and fulfillment through trying to enjoy matter. We try to experience fulfillment by trying to find happiness in this temporary covering that has covered the spirit soul. So, it's very simple. When somebody is ignorant, he's ignorant of his identity, thinking that life-threatening is the end of his body. Anything that stops him from existing in this body is life-threatening. What is life-threatening is ignorance. When you don't know who you are, and then you engage in activities that is not connected with life, because life can never find happiness in dead matter. Kaya no need to worry about what is life-threatening, because you're already in a world of matter, the world of fulfilling. That does not satisfy you, does not connect you with real happiness. So immediately you can conclude, yes, I am a distinct energy from Mother, then my security should be based upon my connection with life. And that connection and refuge is connecting myself with the cause of all causes, the Supreme Person. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, the friend of Krishna, he is thinking, he's in bodily identification, and he's worried that what he'll do will not give him relief. It hurt him and his loved ones. But when he listened to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna transmitted to him verbally through oral reception this transcendental knowledge about the eternality of his existence and this temporary world, then he came into his senses. The fear of death is transcended when you know that life cannot be threatened and you are life distinct from matter. And second unto that, if you are different from matter, you are not matter, then automatic and naturally your conclusion will be, material activities will not make me happy, material consumption will not make me happy, rather I must concentrate my focus upon connecting myself with life. So that is the problem we face, everybody face. Life trying to find happiness in dead matter. So let's stop, let's put a stop to this and experience life. So in our daily activities, you can actually check, is my activity connected with life? Actually connect me with the Supreme Person, the source of life? What we teach here is not belief. Because if you understand the science of identity and even the law of conservation of energy, then it will come to you clearly that you are in a situation that is very temporary. You try to find security in this body, molecules come together and it will break down, turn into simpler forms at death. The body that you have, when you leave this body will turn into simpler forms. The molecules, the atoms will break down. And that form, the molecules or atoms that's making up that body will be making up another form. So immediately our eyes is open. We're given this vision. Yes, why will I try to focus so much and cling to something I cannot hold on? So Krishna is advising us, hold on to what is eternal. And what is eternal? It's your relationship with the Supreme Person. Your activity in devotional service. We, by nature, we are joyful and happy. But the problem, in ignorance, we are not able to connect with the source of happiness. Because if we are in ignorance, we try to look and search for happiness in the wrong direction. In ignorance. So we must be enlightened. And that enlightenment comes from hearing, listening, from somebody who is in knowledge, with wisdom, and apply that wisdom of our identity. Then we will be happy. Not only that, the spiritual master, he comes and gives us an activity. So we can actually experience a higher taste. Because by nature, the living entity will be looking for happiness. Happiness is inseparable from the living entity. The ability to serve, the ability to love, the characteristics, it's inseparable from the living entity. You will always look for somebody to love. You will look for happiness. But in ignorance, you will be searching in the wrong direction. You will be wasting your time. If I say water, wetness is synonymous with water. You cannot separate wetness from water. If I say fire, it's hot. You cannot separate heat from fire. So when we speak about life, we're speaking about the joy, the happiness, the loving service. But in ignorance, we try to focus upon this world. We try to cling upon temporary forms in this world. It's like a mirage. Not only that, we see those actors and think, have you seen an actor? Diba, they try to portray something which they are not. Diba, they try to portray, and there's an end to that. After acting, another role na naman. We'll discuss about that. Acting in this material world. So we always see that, yes, why am I acting in such a way that actually the activities I engage in will not really connect me with life? And in ignorance, I'm always thinking, I'm always threatened. That life can be threatened. What are the fears we experience? We are always fearful we cannot get what we want. We are always fearful that when we get that something, we will lose it. And when we lose it, we're always in anxiety. And everybody experiences that. Get away from that predicament. Because life cannot be threatened. And with wisdom, and acting upon that wisdom, learning and experiencing the connection with life, life for life, then we have happiness, especially when life is connected with the person, connected with the source of life, Krishna, the Supreme Person, God. But in ignorance, we try to connect life with dead matter. So it is impossible. It's not improbable. It's impossible that life can get happiness from matter, because life is a different energy. It's like putting a square peg. There's a round hole, you have a square peg, you're trying to put the square peg inside the round hole. Can you do it? Will you be successful? No. So in ignorance, we try to squeeze, we try to hope against hope. You don't need to actually be in that situation, because real hope is actually when we engage in actual life-giving. And what is life-giving? It is the fulfillment of the soul, you the person, in connection with the Supreme Soul. That is yoga. Engaging in activities that is for the pleasure of God. In meditation. In material conditioning, the life meditates upon matter. Life tries to get security from matter. It's like trying to hope against hope, but it's futile because you will never succeed. You look around, open your eyes. It should be an eye-opener to us that we try to find happiness and fulfillment and security in this temporary world. And then we ask this question, I am a spirit soul, life, eternal, non-matter. Why will I try to find security in these temporary forms that is continually changing? So when you are knowledge, you will see that the forms you see is not really fulfilling. It's like there's no endurance because it's not eternal, the form. Kaya it's gone. He tries to get a new car. When he's able to get that car, still there's something missing. And then every time you try to fulfill that, you try to fill in your heart that longing for God, and in ignorance you try to focus upon this world, you will fail. So Krishna comes. The spiritual master wants us to succeed in the right direction. And the right direction is understanding who we are, life, a different energy from matter, and surrendering, aligning ourselves, and focusing and taking shelter upon the Supreme Person, the source of life. That activity, that experience, what was actually experienced and is being experienced by the devotee, the best friend of Krishna, Arjuna, who sees Krishna as his best friend. They're both best friends, best of friends. Because Krishna loves us, he is our dearmost friend, and our spiritual master is actually coming from Krishna, opening our eyes, telling us the truth so we can become protected and we can experience real happiness. So try to consider this teaching from Krishna, from the saintly person, and apply it, and it comes very easily. How can the spirit soul life experience life? Krishna coming down, and the holy names of God is not different from God, coming from the lips of the pure devotee, giving us life. The process in this age of quarrel and confusion is receiving the holy names. In the Christian teaching, O Lord, save me by thy name. I will sing and praise the holy names of the Lord. So, when we speak of God, God is not different from his names. Anything that is connected or with the Supreme Person is not different from him. He can come through sound, and that sound is actually transmitted from the Spirit, from Lord Krishna, through the lines of disciplic succession, the spiritual master, who can actually connect us with wisdom, with this transcendental knowledge, with Krishna. So, hopefully, you give a thought about it, try to meditate upon it, and give it a try. You've been trying so hard for so long, like trying to find happiness in matter. Why not put a stop to it and look in this direction? Maybe you're in the wrong direction, in the wrong footing. So, the first step in the right direction is listening from authorities. Listen, seeing the truth, the seers of the truth, who's giving us the teaching of Lord Krishna. Let us chant and praise the holy names of God, because in this age of quarrel, the easiest way to connect ourselves with God is by chanting his holy names. And the holy names is so potent and powerful, it will open our eyes. We can see and powerful and understand our identity. And then when we chant, only a connection with the source of life. So the holy names is the source of life because it's not different from God. So let us chant for about 2 minutes. So listen to the holy names of God. We will chant the Hare Krishna mantra. These are the names of God. Krishna means all attractive. And God is so attractive because he's our best friend. He loves us unconditionally. So let us receive the holy names by hearing it as what we have heard from our spiritual master. The holy names coming down from him, and we chant it. So it actually purifies our heart, purifies our mind, purifies us from this material conditioning of bodily identification, and we can connect ourselves with the source of life. Harbol Namaste. So let's chant together. I sing the names of Krishna, and then you answer. Then I sing again, then you answer. You should listen to the holy names of Krishna, receive it through your ears, to the funnel of your ear, so it will enter your heart, and you will experience purification of the heart and contentment of the heart. It is actually an embrace. You're actually embracing Krishna to the sound, and Krishna is embracing you by coming down as His holy names. Okay, relax. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Louder.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Let us offer humble obeisances. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Tinami Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vridam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare